here today. I'm Ashley Hamilton. I've been a firefighter for 14 years. Last year, I was awarded Firefighter of the Year from the Austin Fire Department. I am the CEO and founder of Aiki, which creates revenue for municipalities. It saves lives and it reduces property loss by empowering first responders with data. As first responders, our world is not like the movies. We don't have access to information to make decisions. A water leak in Austin caused $5.5 million in damage in just 45 minutes because firefighters didn't know the location of the shutoff valve. That doesn't include the cost to the building owner or the cost to the residents. It could have been turned off in 10 minutes, saving hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. There is the International Fire Code that requires buildings to give first responders this information. However, it falls back on the authority having jurisdiction to implement the standard, the program, and the process. And they don't have time or the resources, the vision to leverage that. But Aiki did. We broke the code. So what is an emergency plan? It's like a cheat sheet. It tells you how to get into the complex, a building, or where critical locations like elevators, stairwells, and that water shut off. This is a typical example of a large apartment complex. I know you can't read it. Imagine trying to find grandma at 3 o'clock in the morning that's having a heart attack. These green lines on our digitized version are where the fire trucks can drive. And the red numbers are the building numbers. If you zoom in on that map, it gets information like stairwells, elevators, and room numbers. Aiki crushed our first pilot in Austin, Texas. We took all of this paper that's literally sitting in the back of the fire trucks and 3-ring binders and digitized 1,500 plans in just 3 months. Remember, nothing happens in the government in 3 months. What used to take 6 to 12 hours to make with paper and pen now takes less than 20 minutes, and it's shared instantaneously with all the other first responders. Over 75% of the states, including Texas, have approved a law that allows for charging very nominal fees, which creates revenue for the city. But most importantly, it incentivizes accurate building information to be in the hands of the first responders inside the buildings when seconds matter the most. A lieutenant who responded to a mass shooting said, Aiki created structure within chaos and that it kept dozens of people out of harm's way. So how effective are they? Well, when we don't have them, I can tell you that commercial building fires were 15 times more costly without an emergency plan. Apartment building fires on average cost $500,000 more without an emergency plan. And I've already talked about not having one in a high rise, but tragically, not having emergency plans is killing firefighters. Over 37% of the line of duty death reports from NIOSH recommend having an emergency plan because it wasn't there. When I was a firefighter in Asheville, North Carolina, one of our captains lost his life in a fire because he didn't know where the stairwells were. Imagine the relief of all the first responders if we knew the location of every stairwell and how to get out of the building. So why is it not like the movies? It's because the competitors are targeting the after action reporting and they make money after the action and after the loss. However, they don't service the other two portions of the emergency. And that's Aiki's difference. We are the emergency plan and we help first responders make critical decisions inside of the chaos. And we figured out how to get the economics to benefit all parties, building owners, insurers, and first responders. We do that by teaching the fire departments how to digitize all of those plans sitting in the back of the fire trucks. And then we utilize the International Fire Code and the Cost Recovery Act to create reoccurring revenue for the municipalities. I've been working on this for 5 years. It was the pandemic that caused us to pivot, and Aiki rose from the COVID ashes, and we're not looking back. Let me tell you, it feels really good to be helping the troops on the ground. I was told this was being recorded, so please come back here if you want to read more on this slide. Aiki is serving an unmet need of almost 30,000 fire departments. That's 1.1 million firefighters. And if you add EMS and police, that's 3.3 million people. And there are over 1.1 million in the National Guard that could also use this information. Aiki is looking for fire departments, insurers, building owners that want to bring this data online because it's going to save lives, reduce property loss, and it will create revenue. That's my contact card. Scan it, email me, let's talk. Because if we're not helping the troops on the ground, we're not doing our job.